Hey Josh, it's Friday, and I am using my phone right now, so camera might be a little different then. Video might be a little bit different. We'll see how this works. Anyway, first off, to answer your question of the week, if I remember correctly, it was if I have ever read Darths and Droids, or if I'd be interested in reading it. I've not read it. You've talked about it a lot, though, and it is something that sounds interesting enough. It's another one of those things that I've been meaning to read for a while, so I'll get around to it eventually. So, yeah. Don't have a whole. What are you doing, Misty? Sorry, Misty's over here being a little crazy as per usual. Anyway, don't really have an idea of what to talk about this week, so we'll see what I land on. This week's been crazy. I feel like I say that every week, but just mostly just these past couple of days at work have been just kind of all over the place. Our The main thing is our music is currently not working properly, like the stereo system. So half the time it's playing like classical music, and then the other half the time it's playing the normal music that we have there. But the way that the way that I think, the way I described it best is that it feels like when you're on the cusp of like the range of a radio station, and it kind of goes back and forth at random points. So yeah, that's been annoying the past couple of days, but I'm off tomorrow, so yay. I actually, where I believe Tori and I are planning on cleaning up the room, because it needs done. So there's that for tomorrow, and then after that, I have a Legion game tomorrow during a non-Legion night, so that's a bit weird. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I am going between either doing the lot of clankers with all the super squads, or doing like the, what was it, 13, 14 activation list that I sent you. Kind of going back and forth between those two. I'm not sure which one I want to try. I'll let you know which one I go with. I think I'm leaning more towards the high activation list, because I've never played a high activation list. I think the most activations I've had is 11 or 12, and I think this one has like 13 or 14, so I've been told that high activations are a lot better for droids, so we'll see how it works. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be, like I said, it's gonna be weird doing a non-regular Legion game. That was words. But yeah, I do enjoy the game. It's another thing that you've got me hooked on. How many things is that now? I don't even know. I've lost count of how many things you've gotten me hooked on. But yeah, I've very much been enjoying the game. I actually I started painting my aqua droids, and realized after I had already painted them an entire color, I looked at the pictures, like the official paint job, and I was just like, this paint job is more silver than blue. And I used my, it's cobalt metal is the name of the color. I like the color. It's a very shiny metallic blue. But yeah, so I painted that, and I was just like, they don't look quite right. And then I started putting a little more detail on the heavy, and I was just like, it still doesn't look quite right. And then I looked at the official paint job and noticed that they are a lot more silver than blue, and I was just like, oh, that's probably why they don't look quite right. So I don't know. I might just go with it still. It hurts my must be lore accurate headspace, but a lot of my stuff is not lore accurate anymore. I kind of gave up on the Black Suns because I was just like, I could just paint all of these guys the same stuff, but then I'm not gonna know which one's which. So I painted one. I like to call it my watermelon Black Suns because they I used red, my metallic red and my metallic green on them rather than the gunmetal and gold that they normally are. And I looked at them and I was just like, these guys kind of look like watermelons. So that's what they are now to me. I don't use them very often. I haven't really used my mercenary list, my Shadow Collective list lately. I've been playing around with Republic. I am not good at Republic. Granted, I have also just started. I have a grand total of 1.5 games with them, so that might improve eventually, but for now, I'm kind of I'm switching back to CIS, Separatist Alliance. There we go. I'm switching back to them for a little bit here, because there's a tournament end of next month that I'm hoping to maybe go to. I'll have to see where money's at, because I do have to pay for the ticket. But yeah, I'm hoping to go to it again. It's hosted by the local game store, the JC Games. It's hosted by them again. It's it's another Akron Brew Brawl. That's the other tournament that I went to. When was that? I don't remember when that was. March, I think. That sounds right. But yeah, so it's another Akron Brew Brawl. I guess they do 2 each year, so we'll see. Hopefully I can make it to that. But yeah, like I said, I'm leaning more toward, now that I have the Aqua Droids as well, that might be a bit better because Aqua Droids are by far S rank in how good they are. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, so I guess that'll do it for this video. So Josh, my question for you is, what? This is a weird one. What are some models that you've gotten very far along with painting and realized that you don't like the way they look? So that'll do it for this video. So Josh, I might talk to you later tonight. Otherwise, I'll see you maybe on Tuesday. I'll see you when I see you. Later, bro.